Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about list methods. Here you can see I have taken a simple numbers list as my initial list. We are going to perform our list methods operations on this numbers list. So here, this print statement is going to display my original numbers list. Okay, now let's see our first list method, which is append. So append takes a single item or element and adds it to end of the list. So here my numbers list is up to 10 to 50 and I am going to add 60 at the end of the list using append method. So numbers dot append. What is the argument you are going to add? What is the element you have to add? You have to enter here as an argument for the append. So I am going to add 60. Then it's going to add the 60 at the end of the list. So my new numbers list will be 10 to 60. A new element is going to be added at the end of the list. So here you have to note that this append itself returns nothing. Okay. So if you print numbers dot append of 60, it's going to give a none type because this method is going to return nothing. It just adds to existing numbers list. So if you want to see whether the element is added or not, you have to call the original numbers list. That means you have to call the numbers list after you have append. You have used the append method. Before append, it's going to be 10 to 50 numbers list. After append, the numbers list will modify to 10 to 60 because 60 is added at the end of the list. This is how append method works. Only a single element or item can be added. Next is extend. It can add multiple elements or items at the end of the list. Okay, so if I use extend now my numbers list has become 10 to 60. Why? After append, it has become 10 to 60. Now if I use extend on numbers list, extend, it has to be a list argument again here. You have to remember it is not a single argument. I mean, it is not a single element. I'm going to pass two elements, but it has to be a single argument. This is a single argument in the form of list. The argument I am passing is single, but the elements I am passing is double. You can see here 70, 80. Two elements I am passing. But I have to pass in a form of list, which is going to be a single argument. Okay. So you cannot use extend, you cannot form directly 70, 80. You have to first encapsulate it into the list. Then you have to pass it to extend. Okay. You have to remember this. Now, what is our new list going to be? New numbers list is going to be after extend 10 to 80. Okay. So this is how extend works. Same as append, but here multiple elements has to be passed through a list as an argument. And again, this is also if you directly print, it's going to return nothing, none type. It just modifies the existing list. It returns nothing. Okay, just like append. So this is how extend works. Our next method is insert method. So insert method, it takes two arguments. Up to now, append and extend only take one argument. But insert take two arguments. One is index, the other one is item or element. So if you want to insert a item in a particular index position, then you use insert. So insert numbers list dot insert. Here I have taken 2 comma 25. So here, what is the my numbers list now? After modification with append and extend, is going to be 10 to 80. So here, 0th position is index 0 is 10, index 1 is 20, index 2 is 30. But here I am going to insert 25 in my index 2. So what will be the new modified list? 10, 20, 25, 30 up to 80. So here you can see 0, 1, 2 in the second position. In the second position, in the index 2 position, I have inserted 25. Okay. Then comes all my remaining elements. So it has moved the remaining elements to right and inserted 25 in index 2. Okay. This is how insert method works. Same, to directly print numbers dot insert, it's going to return nothing. It's going to modify the existing numbers list. Okay. Next, our method is remove. Remove is used to delete or remove item from the list. Okay. So here I am going to remove 40 from my list. So remove value takes one argument, which is nothing but item you have to remove. So it takes one argument, that is item or element which you want to remove. Okay. So here numbers dot remove 40 is going to remove the first occurrence of the value. So if I have a numbers list, suppose let's take a numbers list. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and again I have 40, 70, and again I have 40. So here I have multiple 40s. Okay. You can see here I have one is in the index position 3. Second 40 is in at index position 5, and my third is at index position 7. So if I remove now 40 using this numbers dot remove, so which 40 is going to remove at index 3 or index 5 or index 7? So it's going to remove the first occurrence. So it's going to remove index 3. It's not going to remove at index 5 or at index 7. Okay. It's only going to remove the first occurrence. So it's going to remove at index 3. The 40 at index 3 will be removed. Okay. So if I have a numbers value, numbers list without 40, 10, 20, 30. Only 3 elements and there is no 40. So if I use now numbers dot remove on this list, what's going to be my output? It's going to give you an error that 40 is not in the list. Not in list. So if the item you are going to remove is not in list, it's going to give you an error. Okay. So this is how remove works. It's going to remove the item you have passed through. Okay. So if I going to remove 110, which is not in the list here, then it's going to throw me a error. Okay. Next, we have a method, pop method here. Pop method removes and returns item which is removed. So it removes the item and then it returns the removed item. Okay. So by default, pop, if you don't pass any argument, by default it's remove the last element or last item. Okay. And it returns the removed item. So you can store it in a variable. Here you can see I have stored the last item variable pop. The last item I have stored into this last item variable. Okay. So here I haven't passed any argument. You can see here. So by default it's going to be last element, which is going to be removed. Okay. In previous methods, either append, extend, insert, or remove, you have to pass an argument or it's going to throw an error here. In these all methods, you have to pass an argument, whether one argument or two arguments, depending on the method you are using. If you don't pass any argument, it's going to throw an error. Okay. So only in pop method, even if you don't give any argument, it's going to automatically take last element as a default. Okay. If you want to remove element in a particular index, then you can pass the argument in this pop. The argument must be index at which you have to remove the element. So if I have to remove the first element, it's going to be pop of 0. Pop of index 0. This is index. Then it's going to remove my first element, first item. First item is removed. If I am going to use pop of 1, it's going to remove item at index 1. Okay. So pop, if no argument is passed, is going to take default last item, last index. Okay. So it's going to remove element in a last index. If I am going to give an index, then it's remove the item in that index. So here you can see our print statement is going to print the last item and first item. Okay. So this is how pop works. Our next method is index. So here index method is going to return the index method. It's going to return index of the given item or element. So it takes one argument numbers dot index of 30. Here I am taking. So this method verifies whether 30 is in the list or not. If it is in the list, it returns the index of 30. That is first matching. First matching index. Okay. So if I have numbers 10, 30, 20, 30, 40, 30. Here I have 330s again. So if I use index this method on this numbers list, it's going to return my first matching item index number. So it's going to be it's going to return 1. Okay. So here, if you apply in this list, on this list, okay. So it's going to return the index of the element where it is first matched. If there is no element match, that means no 30 in the list. I have only 10 and 20. There is no 30. Then it's going to return the error that no matching element is in the list. Okay. So this is how index method works. Then we have count method. This count method takes an argument item. That means element. It takes an element as a argument and counts the number of occurrences. Number of occurrences. So here my count method is going to return number of occurrences of the given item or element. Okay. So if I have 10, 20, 30 list, if I apply count on this, count 20. So what's going to return? It's going to return 1 because only one instance of 20 have in my list. If I have 20, 20, 30. So in this case, count 20 returns 2 because I have two 20s. So in this way, count occur. It counts the occurrences. If I have no occurrence, if I have no 20, only 10 and 30, what's going to return? It's going to return 0. Okay. So this is how count works. Then we have sort method. The sort method arranges the list in ascending order. Okay. So it's going to arrange the list in ascending order. So if I have a list 30, 20, 10. So if I sort this list, if I use sort on this list, the list is going to be modified to 10, 20, 30 in an ascending order. Okay. So here after sort, you can see the list in a ascending order. Then we have reverse. So reverse method simply reverses the list. Okay. It's going to just simply reverse the list. So here, if I'm going to take 10, 20, 30, 10, 10. So if I going to reverse the list, it's going to be 10, 10, 30, 20, and 10. So if I apply the reverse method on this list, it's going to reverse the list simply. Okay. So this is how reverse works. Copy method. So it copies original list to another variable. So here I am copying my original numbers list to copied list variable. Okay. So here you can see this copy is shallow copy. So the references are going to be the same. Okay. Then we have something called as deep copy. So we are going to discuss in some another video what is shallow copy and deep copy in detail. So this is just an introduction to the list method. Okay. Then we have clear method. Okay. This clear method is going to clear the list. That means it removes all the elements from the list. If I use clear method on numbers list here, numbers dot clear, now it's going to give me an empty list. So now numbers list is going to be empty here. After clear method, the numbers list will be empty list. Okay. So this is how clear method works. The video is going to be long. So let me execute this program and show you the output. Python. So here you can see my original list is 10 to 50. After append 60, it's going to be 10 to 60. After extend 70 and 80, it's going to be 10 to 80. Here I have inserted 25 in the index 2. You can see here 25 has been inserted here at index 2. Now I have used remove 40. So the 40 has been removed here. You can see there is no 40. Then I have used pop. Okay. So here pop is going to remove my last element 80. So here 80 has been removed. And you can see the popped item is 80. Then I have removed 10 from index 0. You can see here 10. So in the pop, after pop, there is no 10 pop. And you can see here 10 has been written. So index of 30. I have used index method here. So it's going to be 2. You can see index of 20. I mean count. Here I am going to using count to method to count how many number of 20s are there in my list. This is only one. You can see. So after sort, there is no modifications in the list because it's already in the ascending order. So you can't see any modification. You can't see any change because it's already in the ascending order. If it's not, then it's going to sort to ascending order. Now reverse. You can see the full list has been reversed. Copy. So here I have used the copied list variable. So the original list and copied list are same here. You can see. Next, after clear, I have it has given me a empty list. You can see here. So these are the outputs you have. So in this video we have talked about list methods. So let's see what have we have gone through. First method is append. So it's going to append item at end of the list. A single item at the end of the list. Next, extend is going to append multiple elements at the end of list. So it's going to add multiple elements at the end of list. Next, we have insert. It's going to add element at given index. Next, remove. It's going to remove given item or element. Next, pop. By default, it's going to be the last element. It's going to remove last element. If an index is passed, it's going to remove item at that index. Next, we have index returns returns index of given element. Next, counts the number of occurrences of given element. Next, we have sort the list in ascending order. Next, we have reverse the list. Next, we have copy. Simply copies the list. You have to remember here it is following shallow copy, not deep copy. We'll discuss that in our upcoming videos. Next, we have clear. Removes all elements from the list. All elements from the list. Returns empty list. So, these are the methods we have seen in this video. So, that's all for this video. In the next video, we are going to see about tuples, and then we discuss about shallow copy and deep copy in the upcoming video. Okay, so stay tuned. That's all for the video. Thank you for watching.